Course, thank you.
Yeah, of course. Okay, so just a few quick questions. What does dance mean to you, and why do you dance?
Oh gosh, hefty question to start off. Um, Dance is natural. I mean, with humans and anyone, whether they're just pedestrians or dancers or whatever, you hear a song in your head, or the buzz of an air conditioner and start tapping your toe, or nodding your head to the beat, um, swaying your hips. Even babies, like when they're in their little cradlers, will listen to music, and even though they don't really comprehend what it is quite yet because they're just little babies, they're
Mhm.
still moving their bodies, and I think that that is so beautiful. And then on top of everything else, I'm not really good at language per se. Like English words don't come naturally to me, if that makes any sense at all. Um, just because I struggle with the fact that words don't account for all the emotions people can feel, and you can't always explain things through words, any language with that. Um, but with dance, people watch it or people do it and they can express and interpret anything they need to, and it's really healthy and good and inspiring. So
Yeah, no, that's great. So tell me a little bit about yourself, Emily. When did you start dancing, and why did you do it?
wow. I started dancing after I got potty trained because that was the rule. So when I was 3, my best friend Harrison Nossman, who was right down the street from me, we were born on the same day, all that jazz, his mom started teaching classes at a preschool. And it was a family thing, so like my brothers would go to dance class with me, and Harrison's brother and sister would go to dance class with him. So it was like we put on these family recitals and fun stuff. And then Jennifer, who is Harrison's mother, opened her own studio in 2006, and we've been there ever since. And we started off with like ballet and jazz and tap, but who doesn't? And then started competing when I was 8, and I don't know why I wanted to dance so bad when I was little, but I definitely started taking it a lot more seriously when I saw the effect that it had on people, especially me. I just
That's
loved it.
amazing.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's awesome. So how long has it been since you started? Like how many years has it been now?
I'm 18, math, 15 years.
Wow, that's incredible.
Yeah, I know. It's crazy to think about that.
And so I know that you're an AFD alum as well. So what's your fondest memories from your education and with AFD?
Okay, so Jay and Sarah have been coming to directly to my studio for about 5 years-ish. And 2 of those years, we have traveled outside of my studio to go up to the Rocky Mountains and kind of experience everything unplugged, I like to think of it. Because when you're in the Rocky Mountains, obviously there's no like Wi-Fi or social
Yeah,
media out, and um, I don't know, I can just put aside my human realities and all my responsibilities and just really focus on my craft and what I'm there to do. And I think that AFD Rockies has to be one of my most treasured memories from AFD because, gosh, there's something so beautiful and magical about being in the place that I love most, which is nature and the mountains in Colorado, and doing the thing I love most with
yeah,
people that will love me and nurture me enough to want me to grow as an artist. And there's no judgment, and there's no preconceived notion of you have to be this and you have to be that, but
yeah.
it's a really safe space to dig my roots into the ground and nature and everything. It's just very overwhelmingly amazing. I don't know how to explain
Yeah,
it.
and it's like tranquil as well, and like you have a peace of mind to like, like I said, craft your own art and all that. So that's beautiful. Yeah.
Really humbling. It's amazing.
Yeah. And so what is your biggest accomplishments outside of the program?
Gosh, outside of the program, I do a lot of things. For starters, I am still like a normal student. I go to a public school and I take AP classes and do all that jazz. I'm graduating and I have been nominated for Torchbearer, which is
Wow, congratulations.
thank you so much. I'm extremely studious and I'm proud of that, but I think my biggest accomplishment outside of AFD is finding all of these things that I'm passionate about and not having to choose just one, because AFD has inspired me to dream big and be all that I can be. And as an individual, I really don't like to say no to a lot of things, and I don't tend to dislike a lot of things. So whether it be vice president of my math club or the lead in the spring musical or a competitive dancer, just balancing all of these things and loving all of these things without being like, oh, I'm so stressed out.
That's amazing. What are some of your goals that you would like to accomplish over this year in terms of arts and dance?
Easy, just kidding. So I am actually going to attend Point Park University this fall to pursue my major in dance. And I think that what I want to accomplish this year is to really challenge myself to discover my artistic voice and like my individual and unique medium, if that makes any sense.
Yeah.
Because I think that every artist and every individual has something to say, and they just have to find like their outlook on that. But they also have to find the resources and especially the inner courage to allow their voice to be heard.
Yeah.
It's scary if you think about it, like having all of these things to say and then like having the guts to go up there and be like, hi, I'm gonna say this now. So I think I want to accomplish just learning and discovering and finding resources to build courage.
Yeah, and like sharing your voice in the world with like dance and art. So that's amazing. Yeah. Did you ever face any hardships or overcome obstacles in order to get to where you are today?
Absolutely. I think that every artist has obstacles, and most of them internal, unfortunately. Um, gosh, so many examples, but I think generally self-doubt is huge and so toxic to every artist, but especially through high school and seeing all of these other people that I grew up dancing with and having this environment where it's like, wow, everybody loves to dance and dance, dance, dance. And then realist people step in and they're like, dreaming is stupid and only 1 in a million can make it out there. And why don't you do something practical? And so all of my friends that I grew up dancing with and dreaming with and being so passionate, they slowly, step down out of fear or out of practical reasonings. And it's just this idea of like, maybe you're not good enough to do this. And it's just this constant loop of self-doubt that is so toxic. But I think that has to be one of the hardest things that artists have to overcome.
Yeah. So how did you propel yourself forward, and how did you take that conflict that you had in yourself internally and sort of like pushed yourself to go to university to learn about dance?
Yes, absolutely. It's funny because this time last year, if you told me that I was going to university for dance, I would have laughed in your face and I'd have been like, oh, I'm gonna be a chemical engineer or whatever, and I'm gonna make money and gross. No, my dad actually, who's extremely influential to me, he's so smart, gosh. He's just like, Emily Louise, you only live one life and you're not getting any younger. And with an art like dance, your body's not getting any newer and you just hurt. But I think everybody should have the potential to share what they love and indulge in what they love, despite anything that people put on them or any complications that might come their way. So there's this one guy that came to fix my air conditioning last summer, and I sat with him at my dining room table just because he wanted to take a break, and I was like, so how'd you get into air conditioning? And it was just originally really awkward conversation that I probably shouldn't have brought up, but I'm so happy I did, because his face just lit up and he was like, I love air conditioning. It is my literal passion. And I was like, that is amazing.
Yeah.
Who would have thought that somebody could be so passionate about air conditioning? But I think that's just it. You don't always choose what you're passionate about, but you can choose to pursue it. And whether it's air conditioning or performing arts or anything, you should never waste a moment, because you're not getting any younger.
That's true. Absolutely right. So who's been extremely influential in your life?
I kind of already touched on this, but definitely my dad. I've been really, really so lucky. Oh my gosh, so lucky to have parents that don't care about the practicality of life necessarily, and they just care about happiness. And my dad, especially, he's been taking me all over the country, auditioning for schools and doing whatever I need to find myself and that happiness that he just wants me to have, whether it's in who I'm hanging out with or what I'm pursuing or what time I'm going to bed at night. He just wants me to be happy, and really spreads positivity and love towards every single individual that he comes across. And it's really inspiring.
That's great. Yeah, that's really nice. And so what inspires you when you feel most demotivated?
Okay, I don't really know how to phrase this, but I love coffee.
Me too.
But it's not just the taste of coffee, which is amazing, or the smell, but going out to coffee with a friend, especially a passionate one that is aspiring to be something more than themselves. It's this comfort of a coffee shop and sipping a warm drink. I'm in this environment where this person in front of me is just spilling out their hopes and dreams, and even if it sounds ridiculous, I want to be the first man on Mars, they just have this fire behind their eyes that reminds me of how important it is to pursue the impossible, because I think that one of the coolest things a person can do is switch somebody's idea of impossible to possible. Because there's been so many instances where that happens, and you just need a little reminder of that sometimes. And I think that coffee is the way to do it.
To have a coffee to start your day as well, so.
Exactly.
Gets me through the week. Okay, and just one last question. What advice would you give to your younger self or other young talented artists?
Oh, so much. So much. Young Emily. I think I would tell myself and other young artists that every individual and every artist and every dancer is different. And even though people tell you that all the time, I encourage you to not force yourself to find that difference within yourself, because something I struggled with for the longest time, everybody was like, don't try to be somebody you're not, because you are different and that's okay. But I was like, how am I different? What is special about me? And I searched for so long trying to find that. And so don't hurt yourself over finding what makes you different. Just know that you are, and that is so beautiful within itself, and things will unravel and everybody has their own path. And just be nice to people and be yourself, because I think Dr. Seuss said something about no one can be youer than you. And Oh, so amazing. And you should embrace that every second of your life.
That's beautiful. Thank you so much. Well, thank you so much for your time, Emily. It was wonderful talking to you.